What is going on, everyone? Nuclear Ninjas here, and today we are going to be checking out Shadow Hypno as a safe swap in Ultra League Remix. The team composition is an ABB team with Mandibuzz on the lead, running Air Slash, Aerial Ace, and Foul Play, Hypno swap with Confusion, Fire Punch, and Shadow Ball, and Chandelure with Incinerate, Shadow Ball, and Flame Charge. The strategy is to switch out of the lead to Hypno, hopefully baiting out the opponent's Ghost or Dark type, and possibly taking shield advantage. I finish off the Dark or Ghost type with Mandibuzz and save both shields for Chandelure to sweep endgame. Now that we understand the team, let's get into the battles. Jumping into my first battle, we pick up lead against Kevin Wastis some numbers, and right away we're picking up a very good lead against Gengar with Mandibuzz. The opponent decides to swap out to a Snorlax, and this puts me in a little bit of an awkward spot because I don't really want my backline to face Gengar or Snorlax, but I decided that I should be pretty comfortable staying in with Mandibuzz and just kind of chipping this Snorlax a bit. Snorlax isn't super strong, and I do have the advantage that Hypno with that Shadow Confusion damage can deal some pretty serious damage and just basically farm Gengar all the way down. So my plan at this point is to just stay in with Mandibuzz, finish off the Snorlax, and hopefully deal with the Gengar using Hypno because I will be taking Switch. So Mandibuzz obviously is super tanky, it resists the lick damage, and body slams just don't really do that much when you're as thick as Mandibuzz. So the body slams are coming through, and we are going to be either taking a shield or just straight up eliminating this Snorlax. The opponent brings out a Sylveon, and I swap aggressively into Hypno, thinking the opponent is probably going to switch out when I make that swap, and the opponent does in fact take the bait and swap the Sylveon out to bring in Gengar. I give up one shield there, and Confusion all the way down, and now I've got energy loaded to deal with the Sylveon. I throw with good timing on this Fire Punch because I'm expecting, it's a Charmer, they have 2 shields left, this is probably going to draw a shield. We get the shield, go for the Shadow Ball. And now we're either going to force the second shield or just deal some big damage. And now we are in a very great position here because this Sylveon is in the red and Chandelure is just gonna, yep, there's the top left. They realized they were just gonna get farmed down with the shield completely unused. And that's pretty comfortable win the first battle. Jumping into my second battle, we pick up a match against Kuma Sunoku, I don't know. And we pick up a Mandibuzz lead. And the opponent's Mandibuzz is running Snarl, so this is a positive lead because Air Slash obviously deals more damage to Mandibuzz than Snarl. Snarl is resisted and just a lower damage dealing move anyway. And Aerial Ace is an awful move, so the better energy generation really isn't enough to give them an advantage here. You'll notice they've thrown 2 Aerial Aces, I've thrown 1 Aerial Ace, and we're basically even on health just because the Air Slashes are doing so much more damage. Unfortunately, Mandibuzz versus Mandibuzz is arguably the most boring matchup in the game, so I honestly might just speed this footage up a bit in editing and pick up again when we actually get to something that's worth talking about. Oh, okay, the opponent makes a swap to Nidoqueen before the Mandibuzz versus Mandibuzz match plays out. I kind of forgot about that, honestly. But we've got a very hard Nidoqueen answer in Hypno because that Shadow Confusion damage is going to shred this thing. If the opponent decides to shield, I can match shields and come out with energy loaded. But they decide not to shield and we just deal big damage with the Fire Punch. I'm expecting the Mandibuzz to probably come in and snarl down, but Mandibuzz with energy really isn't that dangerous. And we're going to chip a tiny bit with the Fire Punch here. And the opponent actually shields the Fire Punch, probably afraid of the Thunder Punch, because you never know what Hypno's going to have. And we're looking pretty comfortable right now, as long as they don't have a hard Chandelure answer in the back. So, playing out Aerial Ace number 76 against this Mandibuzz. The opponent throws another Aerial Ace, I'm fine with that, I know I can tank it, and that's going to load another Aerial Ace for me. And I actually go for the foul play there just in case the opponent tried to catch the Aerial Ace because I know the Mandibuzz is in foul play range. And there's a Jellicent in the back, which is absolutely awful for Chandelure under normal circumstances, but the fact that I'm up a shield means I can pretty easily get to 2 Shadow Balls here. I don't have any reason to bait. And this Jellicent is not going to be up. Okay, so they no shield the first one, so at this point I might as well just go for the flame charge, because they're definitely going to shield now. If they don't shield, they lose, and I need the extra incinerate damage. Flame charge comes through, gets the last shield. The Jellicent gets to a move here, but they are not going to be able to get to another move before Mandibuzz is able to air slash down. So, close-ish battle, but ultimately still able to pull that one off. Jumping into battle number 3, going up against Mayuno 333. Fitting for battle number 3, and we pick up a very good lead with Giratina into Mandibuzz, and then the opponent safe swaps Alolan Ninetales, which is not a great safe swap against Chandelure, and they reveal that they're going for Weather Ball. They apparently do not have Psyshock, so we're just going to go ahead and tank everything here, farm up to a ton of energy, and go for the Flame Charge. The reason I over-farmed so much there is I'm not expecting the opponent to shield, and hopefully here I can throw an Incinerate and not quite get to the Shadow Ball. That's unfortunate. It would have been great to have an extra shield right there, but just missed it by a turn. But we're still okay because we have great alignment, and Mandibuzz pretty much dominates Giratina. And okay, it's a double fairy team, and Shadow Hypno is not the best Clefable counter. But I mean, the Shadow Confusions do decent damage. The Fire Punches are going to be somewhat spammy here. And I'm still throwing with good timing, obviously. This is probably going to be drawing the second shield. And the Clefable is going to be able to take me down here, but okay. The Clefable is going to sneak in 3 charms on my Fire Punch, because it just, that's a thing Clefable can do, apparently. But able to get to this Aerial Ace here, and this is going to be chipping away the Clefable a decent amount. Not quite finishing it, but all I have to do now is get to the Foul Play against this Giratina. Hopefully, they do not have Dragon Pulse. They're going to get to another move right here, right before I get to this Foul Play. But this next move is another Shadow Ball, and I am not quite in charm range. So as long as this next Air Slash takes out the Clefable, it doesn't matter that they were able to sneak 3 charms in on my Fire Punch. And taking the win, that one did not have to be as close as it was. Hypno should have been able to deal a bit more damage to Clefable, but you know, the game's broken, it happens. Jumping into my 4th battle, we're going up against Airman 0920. And picking up a Berserker lead. Now, Berserker is a pretty tough lead for this team because it resists the Air Slash, and the opponent actually decides to safe swap Defense Deoxys. And at this point, I'm kind of thinking, okay, this is a very tough situation because I don't know how I'm going to deal with Berserker. I decide to actually throw the Foul Play on Defense Deoxys and then swap into Hypno because, 1, I have Shadow Ball to hit for super effective, and also Hypno's just not that afraid of Deoxys' charge moves. And the key here is I'm going to look to overfarm and hopefully hit the Berserker, which I'm expecting to come back in because it's going to want to farm down with Shadow Claw. And I'm hoping to really pressure that thing by throwing some Fire Punches. So the Berserker does come back in, and I've already got the Fire Punch number 1 at least loaded. I'm going to go ahead and throw that off right here, deal some decent damage. And now, unfortunately, they realize they can farm all the way down. I bring in Mandibuzz basically just to soak the Berserker's energy because I don't like how much he's over-farming. And Mandibuzz just kind of soaks a close combat, no big deal. Now we're going to take the second move, obviously. 99% of the battles with Chandelure, that's an exaggeration, 92% of the battles with Chandelure, you're going to be saving shields for Chandelure. There's a Charm Alolan Ninetales in the back. Chandelure resists Charm, deals super effective with Incinerate. So this is Charm is insane, but this is still a pretty comfortable matchup for me, honestly. I'm going to go ahead and shield this Weather Ball because I'm not expecting the Berserker to get to a move and throw this next Flame Charge. if he doesn't shield this, I can literally just incinerate the Berserker. Okay, it lives with 1 HP, simultaneous KO, but I did still have the Mandibuzz with some health in the back, so that is another win for me. And finally, jumping into my 5th battle this set, going up against Nikopon 1223, Mandibuzz into Galvantula. This is absolutely awful because Galvantula is actually a core breaker. It beats Hypno and Mandibuzz, but for some reason, I don't know, I guess maybe they were just rushing it or they misclicked. Not 100% sure. In any case, the opponent swaps Nidoqueen into Hypno, and Nidoqueen is not a good Hypno response. So I'm going to be able to go ahead and just take either shield and switch advantage or possibly double shield advantage here. The opponent decides to shield again, and then they throw instead of simul KOing with the poison jabs. And I'm like, okay, I can load a move here, throw the Fire Punch on Galvantula and still have shield advantage, and then I can realign my Chandelure against the Galvantula. So the Fire Punch obviously is going to land, dealing big damage. I am going to have to shield a move from Galvantula here because Discharge would shred Chandelure. It's a glass cannon versus a glass cannon. The opponent I feel like should have been to a Weather Ball there, but they didn't throw it. They saved their energy. And now I'm like, if they have Blizzard, this Politoed is going to shred my whole team. If this Politoed is running Weather Ball, I'm in completely fine shape. So, which is it going to be? So far, they're just throwing Weather Balls, and shields are down at this point, so the fact they're throwing Weather Balls implies they pretty much have Earthquake. I'm assuming my opponent at this level would know their typings well enough to realize you want to Blizzard Mandibuzz if you have the option. So, another Weather Ball comes through, 10 billion Weather Balls later, and Mandibuzz is at like a third health after 10 billion Weather Balls. They try to catch on Galvantula, the catch does not succeed, and the opponent concedes the match. And there you have it. That is a 5-0 running XL Shadow Hypno, taking the screenshot to go flex on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at GBL Nuclear Ninjas. Or actually on Twitter, I'm just GBL Nuclear Ninja. There's no S on it. Sorry, guys. Anyway, picking up our non-shiny Reshiram as the reward. Legendaries are actually somewhat rare in PvP now with the new changes with Season 10, but able to eventually, hopefully, 500 years later, I'm going to edit this out, obviously, but catch the Reshiram. Okay, so it's been 30 years and we caught the Reshiram. Is it just me, or did Niantic make legendaries, make PvP encounters easier to catch by just taking legendaries out of PvP? Anyway, cruising up to 2385, good set. Overall, I do think this is a strong team. I went 21-14 with it, and I know another player who went 13-11 with it while playing through quite a bit of lag. This might not be the best team to grind rank with, but it's good enough to compete while having fun. If you like this team comp but don't have the resources for XL Hypno, you could sub in XL Deoxys or Armor Mewtwo. I've run XL Deoxys with this team before and know it works, and Armor Mewtwo is pretty similar as a bulky psychic type with good coverage. If you don't have any of those, you're in a bit of a tight spot. You could try Victini, Normal Mewtwo, Mew, or Slowbro just to toss out a few ideas, but I can't guarantee any of those would work. I'm just kind of guessing they might. Like the video if you liked the video, dislike if you disliked, comment below to request an insane XL Pokemon for me to build next, and subscribe if you want to see more like this in the future. Later.